We now move on to editing and event selection, back into preferences, into the editing section, the main editing section, and cycle follows range selection. Now if we use the range selection tool, notice how the left and right locators will follow that. So if you're in cycle, it will actually follow that range selection. If we go back out, select a section, it's not ticked, you notice how it doesn't follow it. Very simple. Okay, preferences, delete overlaps. Now this can be quite useful for keeping a tidy arrangement. If we click on that and say delete overlaps, that's enabled. Move an event over another one, move it back, you'll see it's actually deleted. So basically any overlapping parts will be deleted when you move something on top of another one. If we undo that, go back to how it was before, you see the grey area where there is an overlap. Very simple again. I tend to leave that off because I like to know what's going on. I want it to start editing parts without me realising. Okay, into preferences, linked editors or link editors. With it ticked, if I double click on this event here, you'll notice the audio coming up in the audio part editor. If I move to the other one, it actually brings that up in the same editor window. So it just flicks between the two, keeps that editor window open and changes the part. Now, if I close that down, go into preferences again, untick link editors, double click on that, brings up an editor window there, double click on that, and you'll notice, if I move this one up, there's another editor window underneath it. So it opens up another editor window each time I click on an event. So you could end up with multiple ones here. Link editors effectively reuses the same window. Right. Now we're going to look at the lock functionality. You notice you can access it here from the info line. It actually locks events, so you can't change certain parameters. And there is a preference in here which sets the default behaviour based on what you actually select from the edit menu. So, File, Preferences, Lock Event Attributes. Now, what we can do here is we can ensure that when you choose lock, it'll lock position, size, and everything else associated with that particular event. And this applies to when you use lock from the edit menu here. So you can see edit lock. What it's done, if I click on that there, you can see position, size, and other, basically the default setting. Once again, just very simple, and with Cubase you'll find there are lots of ways of doing the same thing, but this just makes sure that when you set the default, it actually knows what's going on.